Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm James Danley. I got a little bit of a tech switch up this month, so unfortunately, you don't get to see my face, or fortunately, maybe that's a benefit. We're just going to run through really fast my top five favorite sales from the month of April in 2026. And we're going to start with number five, which is 576 Gulf View Boulevard. So, a friend of mine, agent in the business, had this listing, and it ended up getting bid up. It was a bidding war. They listed it at just under 600,000. It got bid up to 690. 2,000 square foot brick colonial, and built in 1950s, pretty original. And the house isn't really that important. It's more about the street and the lot. Because although this could be a very clean, nice family home, was well maintained, could obviously use cosmetic upgrades, the land value had far more appeal than the house. And this happens often in Birmingham. And the timing just worked out in their favor, where you had several builders and then some also owner occupants that were looking to build on a larger size lot where they can fit an attached garage on a really nice street. And the reason it got built up is Gulfview Boulevard has a bunch of beautiful like estate homes on larger lots that are built up throughout here. It's a great neighborhood. Court Lake Estates to the north has gotten so expensive. All the new construction in there is north of 4 million now. So you're getting spillover into these couple streets that have nice homes on them, which is largely Westchester Way, Glenhurst, Gulfview Boulevard. The Avon Rodner streets are not quite as nice yet, but because this street is so small, there's no traffic on it, and it has really nice large lots with gorgeous estate type homes, it gives that element of prestige. And this is one of the smallest lots on the street. And since it's at least 60 foot wide in the front, that means you can fit a real two-car front entry attached garage with like a covered lanai, still have a bunch of yard space left over, and the houses sit pretty close to the street. So even though it's not that deep of a lot, you'll still have a good-sized backyard. So that's why this ended up getting bid up. We had a client that bid on it. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, but it went for 690, which is an insanely high price. Timing worked out being in the spring and having multiple people that want to build sites. Doesn't happen every time. I don't know that it's going to be something that's going to be a sustainable comp outside the norm. Like, probably should have traded in the six and a quarter to like 640 range, but obviously got bid up past that. So that is my number five favorite sale of the month. And moving on. Next one, very similar situation. 1447 Buckingham. This is actually one of the ones that we sold. Whoops, wrong view. There we go. So 1447 Buckingham Avenue, Birmingham. This is number four. Property sold for $765,000. Was also, classic 27 Tudor. Again, this sold for the land. This is 0.26 acre lot, well over 10,000 square feet, and it's nestled on a very beautiful street. Buckingham, even though it's east of Woodward, all the houses sit really far back. They're all on large lots, developed trees, gorgeous estate type feel to the street, and you don't get any traffic down it. It's just the families that live in that neighborhood. And this lot specifically has additional privacy because it backs to the school park. So it's all green space and grass behind your home. The unique thing about the size of this is it's an 80-foot wide lot and it's deep. So yeah, 11,368 square feet. If you're over 10,000 square foot in Birmingham, it changes the height restriction on the build. So you're able to get taller ceiling heights and on the first and second floor, and still do an incredible like attic space. So you have third floor square footage. And with this lot size, we're able to fit a 3-car attached garage, covered lanai in the backyard, and then they have room for a pool, entertaining space. So these larger lots are becoming more and more coveted because of the fundamentals and what you can build on them for the desirable Birmingham family. And the comp that really drove the bidding war on this was over on Madison. There's a house that sold for 3.5, and Madison's not nearly as nice of a street. It's narrower, tighter, much more traffic, and so you had a couple owners that bid on this house and that or were looking for specific build sites that bid it up. Again, 520. This was really probably should have been 550 to $600,000 property, but you had three different bidders that bid it up, and it was just opportune timing. If this would have hit market in the fall, they would have never got this price. So traded for 765. Again, it wasn't about the house; it was about the lot and the build size. And number three, 1326 Cedar. This is a great house. Sold a few years ago. Very familiar with the builder, and it was one of our local athletes that was here for a few years that now is moving out of town. Cedar's a great street. 50-foot lot, 133-foot deep, very standard for west of Woodward. And the nice thing about this is the close proximity to town. You don't get much traffic on Cedar because it's cut off with Catalpa and Lincoln. So Pierce is really the cut-through street. But that walkable proximity is really nice, and you're close to a bunch of great parks. So that street's been really well developed over the last few years. This house traded for right at 1.7, and it sold pretty quickly, only a week on market. 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2 powder rooms, 3,365 square feet above grade, another 1,191 in the lower level. And that is right at $505 a square foot. So for a 2021 build, newer construction, pretty good floor plan, standard detached garage product, but at that price point, there's just not a lot of good stuff under $2 million anymore, and it's got a pretty good floor plan. Office up front, staircase with a formal powder room, nice L-shaped great room in the back of the house, family room, transom windows, so a lot of loss of privacy, and then your dining space is off the back of the house, so you get natural light, and it's easy access from like your grilling spaces. If you're doing indoor, outdoor entertaining, you get a bar here, kitchen, prep kitchen, pantry, and good sized mudroom. So, functionally, it's got all the right floor plan elements. Newer construction, pretty good design, great location, and again, that detached garage is really a 2.5, so you can fit 2 vehicles in there. You got good storage, good turning radius, and so yeah, fundamentally, it's kind of a no-brainer at that price point. Not a lot of good stuff under $2 million, and the home, it felt essentially like new, like barely lived in. Nice size master bath, tub for cold plunges, and yeah, really good size master closet space too. You essentially have like his and hers. And the 3rd floor loft space, you have like a full flex area, bedroom, bathroom up there, and then fully finished lower level as well. So all around great buy, good house, very reasonable price per square foot for being newer construction, great location, good purchase. And number 2, 864 Chestnut. This is another great sale. Good friend of mine sold it. We showed it a few times. Unfortunately, we did not get the buy side on this one, although we tried. So again, newer construction, good size lot. It's a 60-foot wide lot, so it's a real 2-car front entry attached garage. Not super deep, but you're right in town. I mean, even though you're on the east side of Woodward, and that's a tough borderline to cross, you are nestled right in town. Short walk to all the bars and restaurants. Forest Grill is right here on the east side of Woodward. I mean, this is like such a desirable location. And this house was built in 2015, so 11 years old. It did need some paint and like cleanup on the interior, but overall, again, this is a phenomenal value. $1.7 million sale, was on market about 2 months, 3,500 square foot above grade. That's under $500 a square foot, $484 a square foot on the sale. And, good ceiling heights on this, nice trim and millwork and detail on the house, like all hardwood flooring. Really nice outdoor entertaining space in the backyard as well. But nice, great room, good floor plan. Have a formal dining room tucked in there as well. Good sized master. The master bath was a little bland, actually. That was probably the only. And, you can tell the tile was pretty basic, like Home Depot finish. So it wasn't like stunningly designed and appointed, but fundamentally, for the floor plan, the square footage, you do have a Jack and Jill bathroom there on the second floor. And even though the doors are only like 6'8", they weren't 8-foot doors, and the second floor ceiling heights were lower. They're still 1 3/4. They're thicker doors. Pretty nice fit and feel to this house. Lower level was fully finished. Another bathroom down there and a bar. Wine cellar under the stairs. Another full bath. And then this outdoor entertaining space was fantastic with like actual hot tub, covered patio, uncovered patio, good size yard, and the outdoor fireplace with a TV. I mean, those fundamentals are like usually close to impossible to get under $2 million, especially with that kind of walking distance proximity, which is why this house traded so quickly, as it should have. And number one, 864 Ann Street. We talked about this house a couple years ago when it traded last time. But it's sold again. And again, it's a reflection. The reason why I like this one is it's a reflection of that in-town walkability, driving price point for the empty nester type buyer profile. Ann Street's such a beautiful street now, even though there's a mixture of a lot of multifamily. You're right in town and you're walking distance west of Woodward to all the best things that Birmingham has to offer, and one of the best parks. And this house, if you remember from a couple years ago, we talked about it. Not that great a build quality, but it had a bidding war on it and sold for $2.525 million. Was built in 23. That's $761 a square foot for the above grade square footage. And it does have good curb appeal. And I will admit, good curb appeal, first floor, has good ceiling heights. But there's some challenges. It's only a 50-foot wide lot. This garage is not usable from a turning radius perspective with your cars. So you're literally parking in your driveway or the street. And this becomes a storage unit. So you essentially have a house that does not have a usable garage. Nice outdoor patio space, but again, your grass is separated and detached from your house. As far as usability, indoor, outdoor, it kind of doesn't maximize the utility of indoor, outdoor entertaining, and there's some challenges there. See if we can get inside on the photos quickly. Too many exterior photos. So, so you have like a nice study office up front, good interior design, staircase. It's very nice and bright, great natural light. Got some cool ceiling drops here and there, but the interior finish is pretty basic. Nothing special about it. Drywall, base floors, and basic trim. Good natural light. Very clean, very modern, which is like the reason why it's sold so quickly. Nice fit and finish. And you do have like a little ceiling tray accent here in the great room. Little bar. Fireplace is pretty basic. Kitchen is clean and modern. Looks really nice. And you've got a little bit of a prep kitchen, so functionally that's pretty good. But you don't have any formal powder room up here for guests. Your only powder room is tucked away off your mudroom space. Let's see if I can get there. Could have cut down the photos. There's your prep kitchen, pantry. Here's your mudroom. Your powder room's right off the mudroom. So your guests have to go into your mudroom, see your messy space, step down to then access the powder room, which is off that mudroom space. So functionally, it's not the best design for that location. Second floor, low ceiling heights. You have under 8 feet here, 6'8" doors. So the second floor feels very, very tight and cramped. A nice master on the back above that garage, which is why they built it this way. It was much cheaper construction. And you get all these corner windows with nice natural light, which is great. But the master bath's pretty bland. I mean, it's basic Home Depot tile, nothing crazy on the design, just simple drywall, no trim, very cost conscious. Like these guys made a fortune when they built this house. And again, tiles, basic Home Depot, kind of fit and finish with Schluter. Nothing crazy on the design there. But it's nice and clean and new, barely even used. Some of the bedroom locations and designs weren't ideal. They have the closets in them, so the furniture layout is kind of difficult. You can see that in a few of the photos. Laundry room was great, really good space there. Again, you have you walk into this bedroom and you're staring at a closet space intruding, and you got to squeeze the bed over, and there's nowhere for a TV across. It's just not the best design of bedrooms. And then lower levels, fully finished. Got a little gym space down there, and it's basic finish with some vinyl floors. So nothing crazy, but because of the location again and the fact that it's new, overcame the fact that it doesn't really have a usable garage, doesn't have a nice formal powder room, low ceilings in the second floor, awkward bedroom layouts, pretty basic fit and finish. The landscaping package is really nice, but the interior build quality is nothing spectacular, and they were able to get $761 a foot because of the location, which is just wild. So that's showing that to definitely keep driving the pricing up for any of the really high quality stuff that is built in town that's truly walkable. So that's it, guys. That's the top 5 from April. Hopefully we get the technology stuff fixed and back up by next month. But until then, if you get any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm James Danley, live, work, sell, Birmingham. Again, my number is 248-671-3092. And see you guys next month.